Hey everyone, welcome back to day 9. So let me ask you something. So you have all the table sitting in the Databricks. Tables, numbers, rows, tons of it. But can your manager understand this data? Can your team understand it? Probably not, right? So that's the problem that we are going to solve in this video. By the end of this video, you will turn your raw data into a clean, updated dashboard with charts, filters, and automated updates. So, without wasting any time, let's get into it. So, quick recap for the day 8. We work with delta tables and Unity catalogs. We organized our data and made it simple. Think of that as a building the foundation of the course. Today, we are decorating it, we are making it good, and we are making it useful for everyone. And four things we will learn in this video. The first is we are going to create a SQL warehouse, and the second one is writing a queries, and third one is creating a dashboard, and the fourth one is adding filters and auto refresh. So without wasting any time, let's get into it. So the first one is, what is a SQL warehouse? Imagine this in office, a shared printer that everyone else can use it. So it is always busy and every day someone will use it, and it is always busy and sometimes slow. When it comes to if you have your own personal printer, you only use it and it is always ready and it is fast, and you have just created that just for writing your SQL queries. So let's create one SQL warehouse by practical. Here, as you can see here, we are in the Databricks user interface. Here you can see the option in SQL. There is a SQL warehouse here. Just click on that and you will see the page. In this page, you will see the option here like create SQL warehouse. But as you can see here, if you can read this, you have reached the maximum number of SQL warehouse. Delete an existing warehouse to create a new one. Because Databricks, this Databricks that I am using is a free of version. So I have already created a SQL warehouse, as you can see here. So this has only one limit of creating a SQL warehouse. If you had the paid version, then you can able to create multiple SQL warehouse. But the Databricks already give by default the serverless starter SQL warehouse. So I have this SQL warehouse. So this is imagine like a personal printer. Before we have talk about example, right? The printer, office printer. So this SQL warehouse is your personal printer, and you can this will be always ready, and whenever you need to write SQL queries, this SQL warehouse very useful. This is how we can create a SQL warehouse in the Databricks. And why we create the SQL warehouse? We will create the SQL warehouse to write our SQL queries and to run faster. So I will give you the tip. So as you can see here, so here the starter button is there. So if you'll start it for the 10 minutes, then after 10 minutes, if nobody can use this SQL server, then by default it will be stop running. So for that, what will happen is, so it will saves your money. And now the second one is we are going to write the queries. So how we can write the queries exactly? We can ask the business questions with our data. So we have already have the customer churn data with the telecom department customer churn data. So with that data, we will ask some business questions and we solve those business question in to writing SQL queries. So here is how we can do the practical. So here you can see here. So here the option is SQL editor. You can just click on this SQL editor. So I have already named this is like a customer churn analysis, and I have already called the table. You can see here select star from. So I have stored the data into workspace.default and the table name is customer churn table data. So if you will run this, you will see here below the table is this one. So this is a customer churn table, and what we are going to do, we will ask some business questions and then we will find the solution. So the first business question is, so which are the top five states having high churn customers? So for that, I write the SQL query is, as you can see here. So this is the SQL query that I have written for the finding the top five states which are having high churn customer. When I was run this, so I got this answer. So as you can see here, Jammu and Kashmir is the top one, and then UP is the second position in the churn customer, and Tamil Nadu is the third one, and Maharashtra is the fourth one, and Karnataka is the top fifth place. So these are the top five states which customer churn more. So the second business question is, what is the most common reason customers are leaving the company? So for that, we need to know why the customers are leaving our company, why the customers are leaving our services. We need to know that. For that, we need to ask this business question, and I write the SQL query as you can see here. So let's just run this query and see what the results will come out. So if I will run this query, so as you can see here, you will see the answer. So these are the top reasons that customers are facing. So the top one reason is customer had the better device, and the second reason was top reason, competitor made better offers, and the third reason was attitude of the support person, and fifth one, if I will talk about, competitor offer more data, and the sixth one is attitude of the service provider. And if I will talk about the most main reasons, we can control 50% of the churn is attitude of the support person, like attitude of the service provider. So we need to focus on the support team and the service provider so that we can control 50% of the data. And if I will talk about, we need to like manage, and we need to train them, that support persons and the service provider, in a manner so that they can treat very well with the customers. And we need to offer more data with the less price, with the manageable price based upon our budgets. And we need to focus on to improve our devices as well. So these are the top reasons we need to focus on to reduce our churns. So the third business question was, do customers on month-to-month contract churn more than the 1 year contract and the 2 year contract? So this is the query that I have written. So if I will run this query, so I will get which contract type customers are more likely to churn. So as you can see here, so the 88 percentage of month-to-month contracts customers are churn more compared to 1 year contract and 2 year contract. So what insight that we can get? So the recommendation that I would suggest is, so we should give some offers or the some discounts for who are opted month to month contracts, so that we can convert them into the 1 year contract and 2 year contract, so that the churn rate will be reduced compared to the previous churn rate. For the business question is, which internet type has the highest churn rate? So it means fiber optical or cable or DSL customers are most likely to churn. For that, I write this query, and if I will run this query, I will get the output which internet type customers has more likely to churn. So as you can see here, the 65 percentage of fiber optical internet type customers are more likely to churn, and DSL customers are 16%, and cable customers are 11%. So we should focus on the customers who are opted optical, fiber optical, so that we can convert them into the cable or the DSL, so that we can reduce the churn customer. So now what we are going to do, we are going to take these four queries and build the dashboard. So how we actually going to do? So for that, you can see here in your left sidebar. So here the dashboard option is there. You can just click on that dashboard option, and there you will see the new option, create dashboard. Here you can see the create dashboard. Just click on here. So you just give it a name, customer churn analysis dashboard. So let's build a dashboard. So before that, we just need to create the charts. So how we are going to do is, so here we are in the SQL editor. So what you want to do is just select the query and just click on run. and it will give you the desired output. Here, this is the output. So you can see here beside the plus option, add the visuals. Just click on here, add the visuals, and it will give you the visualization of this. And you can change or modify here, like so x-axis, y-axis, and which series, colors, and data, everything you can modify your chart here, and then just save it. So this is the chart that I have created for the top 5 states having high churn customer. So how can I add this chart into the dashboard? Just click on here, the arrow button, and just here you can do add to the dashboard. Just click on here, add to the dashboard, and you can select like dashboard you have created. So this is the dashboard you have already created, customer churn analysis. Just create, click on here, create. And as you can see here, so I have created some more examples also. I have created the text box here, the title name of the dashboard, customer churn analysis dashboard, and some of the charts that I have added from my SQL. So this is how we can create the dashboard in the Databricks. And with this Databricks, what we are going to do, we are going to create this dashboard. We can apply automation. How we can actually do that? So what we can do, we can create the job so that this dashboard will run by default every day without having any manual intervention. How we can do that? So here you can see the SQL editor. You can just go on the SQL editor. Here the schedule option, you can just click on the schedule option. I have already created the schedule before this, like every day 6 a.m. my dashboard and SQL queries will run automatically without having any manual intervention. So I'm going to create one more. I'm going to schedule one more time, is that so I just want to create every week Sunday 6 p.m. 6 p.m. my, so I just click on here. So my job will created successfully. So this SQL queries and dashboards will run automatically every Sunday 6 p.m. and also every day 6 p.m. morning. So this is how we can create job orchestration. So to schedule our dashboard and the SQL queries refresh by default without having any manual. So whenever your client will see early morning, you don't want to click on the refresh button. By default, the everything will be automatically refresh. So every morning, whenever you will also see, you will see the new dashboard. So this is all about this video. So what we have learned in this video is, first thing, what we have learned about what is SQL Warehouse, and we have created the SQL Warehouse. And the second one is, we have take the data set and ask some business questions to solve the problem in the SQL editor. And the third one is, those questions we have converted into the dashboard. And the fourth one is, we have created the job in the Databricks so that our SQL queries and the dashboards refresh every day or every month. That's all about this video, guys. I hope you learned something out of this video. Thank you for watching this video. I will see you in the next video. Till then, keep learning and keep practicing. Thank you so much.